Okay, hi guys. Welcome back to another car pilot.
Today we're going to be talking about how our family reacted to our baby. Oh! But yeah, the reason why we kind of want to make a video on this is because we got comments saying, we have a couple of comments saying, they look so disappointed, because they're not married.
Yeah, bullshit, I guess.
I feel like we've never talked about our family.
Yeah, we really don't. We're pretty private with our family, I feel like. Yeah. That video was the first video I ever posted, I think, of my parents, ever.
Okay, so a little insight to your... well, she's Filipino.
Yeah,
so for y'all, you probably can relate to some of the qualities of your parents and attributes.
Yeah. So let's start with my dad, because it was mostly comments about my dad.
Well, a lot of people commented like, "Oh, he's so disappointed." Like, what? You don't get reminds or something? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I think people
anyway,
just yeah. I can understand where people are coming from but my dad is like very stoic. He's very like strict and like traditional. Like when I was younger, I feel like he was very like stern, especially because I was a girl. Like I wasn't really allowed to do anything. And I feel like now that he's like older, he's definitely like mellowed out. But
is that an Asian thing?
I think so. Like once they get older, they're kind of chill.
Both of our parents like have mellowed out so much.
Yeah, maybe they just like stop caring, or maybe because we are adults and then I don't know. Honestly, don't know what it is. To give you guys like some insight, like my dad is not like the oldest or the youngest sibling, but he was like the most feared. Like all his siblings like are scared of him, and like all my cousins were like scared of him growing up.
I'll say back in the day, he was quite a scary guy.
That's what I'm saying. He's like very like doesn't say much. Yeah, like he's like very like has an RBF like.
He's got a gun collection. Let me tell you, like, that might sum it up.
yeah. My dad is like, I don't really like, he doesn't really show emotion. I don't really think I've ever saw my dad cry. He's like very like, doesn't say much, man of little words. Even now, like doesn't really say much, you know?
He's super like, kind of like a strict Asian, is that called? Isotrope?
Like, that's a stereotype?
Is that what it is?
You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, my mom's similar.
Yeah. Your mom and my dad are like quite similar.
She was like, my mom was like really strict and like she raised her voice a lot. She like raised her voice a lot.
We're trying to think of a nicer way to say that we got beat.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Hey, that's just an Asian thing, I think.
Yeah, like, we're laughing about it now, but it wasn't funny.
Back then, it was terrifying. I'm sure some of y'all can relate.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm pretty sure y'all.
Yeah.
My mom's kind of like your dad, where she was, like, strict. Not too much, like, about school. Like, I think your dad was the same.
Yeah, my dad wasn't really, like, that's nice. My dad wasn't really, like, school.
Yeah, but my dad's brown. So, I had that for my dad.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, you gotta go to school. Like, he wasn't, he didn't raise his voice. He wasn't like,
just used his words.
He used his words.
He's very stern.
He's very stern about school and making money and being successful. Those two cultures combined, goddamn, definitely built a character. Like my dad, like he supported us financially. Yeah, we talked on the phone a lot, but he was always
like he lived somewhere else.
They weren't divorced.
Yeah,
because parents in marriage, right?
Yeah, I don't want to say too much.
But anyways, how's your siblings? I say my siblings are very different from yours.
Well, let me say my mom first. My mom was like opposite of my dad, where she's like, everyone really loved her. She's like very kind. Like my dad like doesn't really say much because he's not like super fluent in English, but my mom is like Yapper McGee. Like she loves to talk to everyone. And she worked at a school. Yeah, she worked at school, so like everybody loved her. She's a very social one,
Yeah. My mom worked as lunch supervisor.
Yeah.
Everyone said, "Oh, your mom's so nice. Oh, you Miss Razzie, Miss Razzie." And then when I'm like eating my food, she would smiling at the other kids, "Hi," and then she'd look at me like, "Oh my god." Goddamn, mom.
Yeah, you guys can probably relate to that.
You fucking doofus.
Yeah, when people are like, "Oh, your mom's so nice," but then behind closed doors, nah.
That's like a Filipino thing. I swear to God.
Yeah, for real.
No, I love you, mom. It's all good. It's all good.
Our siblings too are like very opposite. I feel like of each other, because I feel like my siblings are like very chaotic and like dependent on each other, and your siblings are very independent.
Oh, we can go months. I live like
5 minutes.
They're down the road. I haven't seen them in months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're very very independent of each other.
We guys still care about each other, you know.
When it's important, we'll be there. Like, you know, occasions we'll be there. You know.
Yeah, I feel like you guys don't know this, but Devin has like 2 other siblings that aren't Nessa.
Hi guys, I'm Nessa. I'm also their editor, and I'm the cooler sibling. I think that I'm also just cooler, so follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok for a fun time.
So they're very low. Yeah, right. So I have 3 siblings, but the other 2 are older, and they're very low key, very studious, all about their jobs.
Not really on social media like that. Like that's why we don't really post them too much.
Yeah, keep their head down, you know.
Mysterious.
Yeah, mysterious. They're
similar to them.
Whereas Nessa's like me. Like she'll like hang out. She'll like go do stuff.
Yeah, loves the social media. You know.
She'll go on social media.
Yeah. And then my brother's kind of like your brother and sister. Where like my brother's like
hella chill.
Yeah, he's like super chill. Like doesn't really do social media like that. Like you won't really like see him posting that much.
Getting back to addressing their reactions. Because everyone was like, oh, dad, your dad.
My parents were very happy. Like, my mom, like, literally instantly cried. Like, my parents have always loved you. And, like, I think that when we told them, they were just, like, super happy. My dad, like I said, he's, like, very non-emotion. But in that video, you'll see him, like, he actually, like, tears up.
Aileen's pregnant! Oh, congratulations!
Wow. And that's crazy because I've literally never seen my dad like fully cry or like even shed a tear, you know what I mean? So it's like
old school, like masculine.
Yeah. And I don't want to brag, like I'm my dad's favorite child. So he was very happy. That was like his peak happiness. And then that,
and I didn't show my parents' reaction.
Like we said, like his family's very like not
very
social
low-key,
media.
My mom was very happy. She loves kids. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And my dad was very happy. We were kind of like...
I will say, it took your dad such a long time to like...
We did a surprise thing, and then he took so long to register.
And everyone's like, hello? What are they trying to say? He's like, oh, yes. So we're like,
Dad, you're gonna be granddad. Oh. No. Like, I'm having a child.
I had to show him, my belly. Like, right, you have to show my belly. He's like,
oh, shit. Like,
oh, he cried. He actually cried. Like, oh, my God, I just remembered that.
I think it's funny because, like, our kids won't know how crazy our parents were.
I know. I feel like you guys can relate to people who have kids. Like, your children will never see how crazy your parents were in their peak days. You know, in their, like, days when they were mean.
Let us know in the comment. What are some funny things about your parents that your kids will probably never know?
Like, never. Like, they would have never guessed their grandparents were like that.
Like, even if you don't have kids now. Like, what are some things that your parents did or do that you won't tell your kids? Because I'm not telling my kids, that sweet old lady beat the shit out of me. I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna
believe it.
I'm not gonna ruin the reputation. The reason we bring things up is because a lot of people were like, oh, it's because they're not married. And we're gonna actually talk about that.
Oh, finally.
While we're not married in the next video. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the next car file. We're gonna talk about. I know a lot of you are wondering. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye. Peace, love, all above.
That we're gonna film right now.